Alright, out on the morning ride, looking both ways. Got a late start, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. Things already aren't working, and I can see that going on a ride versus recording part of your ride or doing something is very different. So anyways, we'll see how this ends up being. Just getting some, also not sure about how good the light's gonna be here. I can see that I need a lot of different mounts. Alright, so much for that cruising. Alright, straight into the sun. It's probably gonna be a lousy shot, but I just wanted to see how the GoPro handles it. Anyways, just a quick one. Lancaster Boulevard. Checking out the views of downtown. Alright, here's the LPAC Performing Arts and more Boulevard for footage in the morning. The sun's gonna really kill it. Almost to the end. I'm turning right on Sierra Highway. Alright, I'm on Sierra Highway. There's bike lane here as well, but it's a lot busier road, even at 6:40 in the morning or whatever it is. Anyways, but it does have the bike lane with the extra space for cars to park, which on a morning like this you could just ride in that anyways. Heading south. Alright, now we're on the sidewalk, which I don't really prefer, on the other side of the street, but that's because coming up here, the bike lane is on this side of the street, and waiting for all these lights versus just one light to go straight is much easier. Alright, we're at the beginning of where the bike lane starts in Lancaster. And we're going to take this down to, I think it's K8. There's a crossing. But, so this is a dedicated bike lane. Not sure how well what can be seen, but it's off the road just for bikes, so you don't have to worry about traffic as much. Used to be really nicely paved, of course. That was 10 or 15 years ago when it was new and there was no trash. Now there's a lot of trash along the edges. So anyways, we're gonna follow this for a while and I'll pick up again in a few. Here we go, under one of the many advertisements that's stuck right in the middle of it, but that's because the bike lane was planned, I mean, way after. This used to just be dirt off to the side of the road. More trash and even more Sierra Highway bike lane. So I really don't know what any of this footage is like because I cannot connect the app to the camera to get a preview, so I have no idea about the angle. So we'll look down a little bit, we'll look a little bit up. Anyways, we're still, I think, going through this next light up here, and it's after that, because it should be Avenue K. I wonder how all this traffic is. Anyways, alright. We've just crossed over Avenue K, still Lancaster bike lane. I am trying to avoid all the glass that is everywhere, which I don't understand. It's always this way. There's glass all over the place out here. People just love to break glass. Dogs. Anyways, this goes down actually not much further. I think that light up there is where we're gonna cross, and it goes across the desert that way towards 10th Street. So anyways, I'll pick up later on that. Okay, we're coming up on where the crossing is, and there's a bike trail here, another dedicated bike trail that goes across to 10th Street, which there's no street here. So I think we used to sometimes go across here as a dirt path anyway, so it's nice that they saw that and made a bike path out of it. Anyways, yeah, here it is right here. Not sure if you can see the wood posts, so they now have a crosswalk with a light. In the beginning, they actually had the bike path finished before they put a light in here. So if there's no cars, I'm not going to hit that and make other people wait. Stop the light for them if it's clear. If there's a lot of cars, I'll hit that. So here we are on a different bike trail that cuts across to another main street called 10th Street. Anyways, kind of overgrown here on the left, and I'm not even sure of the framing, so I may stop up here and check things out. So anyways, hopefully I don't get a goat head out here, because I'm at least a few miles from home. Should have taken the other side of that. Wasn't paying attention. Anyways, I think I'll stop up here and check my camera settings. Well, I changed a couple of things. Still can't see what the preview is like. The app is not connecting this morning. Maybe I need to connect it under Wi-Fi first. I don't know. That's just, but it's a bunch of bull because I can't see my framing, so I have no idea how good or bad this is. It could be a complete waste of a morning. So I guess that could be another plus of filming with the iPhone. I can get a preview on my watch, but iPhone's not as convenient strapped to the top of a helmet or as light. Damn it, almost hit that screw. So many hazards out here. It's Joshua Tree for people who haven't seen our unique stuff. Anyways, yeah, I'm kind of almost 5 miles out into the ride. So if I went straight back the same way, it'd be 10 miles, but I ain't doing that. So anyways, it's a lovely trash dumping that happens up here as well. So after the bike lane, it goes into a street here that was a dead end before it gets up to 10th Street up there. And I don't really know if I want to go up over the overpass to get to 20th. I may just, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Anyways, so it follows this just street until it gets to 10th. I'll tune back in later. Alright, so I'm not gonna go over the overpass. I'm gonna go from this way. I'm gonna take this kind of crisscross shortcut because I don't feel like going up over the overpass. Oh, wrong gear. A little wild. I hope I remembered the image stabilization. There's no car, so I'm doing a big time running of the stop. Anyways, make a left up here, come out to, I'm just zigzagging over to 20th is what it is. So one thing that trikes make you want to do is not stop as much, because from a complete stop, they're kind of a lot harder to get going than a bike. So I didn't realize there was a stop there for them, or yeah, I realized there was a stop for them, but I didn't realize, like, I could have just went. So my auto mall drive right now. I'm really curious how this footage is going to come out, and if you're even going to be able to hear me. There's a lot to this stuff if you want to, I guess, get good footage and video, that's for sure. It almost makes it like there's two separate things. There's your workout ride and your filming ride. I mean, I guess you can combine them, but I don't have the right stuff to carry things on the trike yet, so I'm just doing what I can, test things. I don't even have the right mount. I need to decide how I'm gonna do this. Anyways, what's up? Taking my shortcuts to get across to 20th Street. So I am yeah, so this is, I don't know, you have to live here right now. I just get zigzagging off the main roads a little bit to get to the same place. Just, it's weird you can have a yard that looks like that, and then it's old house, but it's been redone like that and looks nice. Alright, so now I turned left from my last location, and I'm on J8 heading over to 20th, and I'll take 20th up back to the house. So I hope this footage, some of it was okay. Still nice and cool out. Can't see the temperature, but it feels good. Supposed to get, I think, almost to triple digits today. So anyways, so on the other side of 15th here, there's not much of a bike lane. If you're in a bike, it's okay, but I don't like riding one wheel on that and the other on this. The unevenness. So right in this area, still kind of a little bit of lane, but not like most of the other places I've been on today. Anyways, going up here on 20th and it'll turn right and head north. Alright, so I just turned right on the 20th and we're going under the freeway. We're back to wider bike lane. So, anyways, yeah, we'll see how this looks when we get back. Really disappointed with the app not connecting, whether that was my phone or the camera. I don't know. So we'll see. Alright, so here I am back on 20th, where I was heading south down this earlier to turn on Lancaster Boulevard. So I'm heading north back to the house. May take a spin around the neighborhood to lengthen it a little bit to make sure we get to 10 miles. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, more bike trail, which I guess there can be worse places, like we have put in the bike lanes, but there's just so many obstacles in them this whole time, dodging glass and screws and nails, everything. Anyways, better than nothing? I'm not sure, I guess. Alright, so now I'm back on 20th north of I. It's the neighborhood where I live, but I may go up and extend this a little bit to make it an even 10 miles. Anyways, I think that's the plan. Really wonder how this footage is. Is that too high, too low? I guess you do experiments first. To check these things out more. And we'll go a little bit more because I think I'm eating pizza later today since we haven't had it in a long time. I'm also wondering how this whole media mod thing is working, and I was wondering if this is considered low light. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I'm recording. I don't know. I should have turned on the GPS feature to see how that worked and how much battery gets used on something like this. So this basically will have been, you know, about an hour out, slightly more, going slow, stopping, but I want to see where the battery is at because it was at 100%, and how much all these files use at 1080p on my SD drive. I thought I read it wrong. So it's gonna be just under 10 miles today. which is a little unfortunate. I wanted to hit 10, but I also want to check the footage